Diary, it's almost the middle of September 2020, and what you see in front of you is what I thought was going to be the most fantastic leap forward in battery technology for the home, but sadly I'm wrong. So let's look at it in more detail. This is the EBL. Let's get it in focus. Come on, focus. It's the EBL 3300 lithium-ion battery in AA size. And you'll see most amazingly, when I get the focusing, that it's actually got a little slot here, which is a micro USB slot. Can you believe it? So this is a battery which is lithium-ion and not nickel hydride and not lead acid. So if we rewind a little, you'll remember that batteries started off as nickel cadmium. Then when nickel hydride was invented, we got a bit of a performance boost. And today, if you buy an electric car, it's going to have lithium-ion batteries. Now, the advantage of lithium-ion, what I was drawn to here, was the fact that this battery has got a claimed voltage of 1.5 volts, continuous. And if you buy a nickel hydride battery, you're only going to get about 1.2 volts, maybe a little more when it's fully charged. And why is that important? Well, if you've got things like motorized blinds, which expect to work at a certain voltage, they, for example, and this is a Somfy blind to absolutely illustrate the fact, because that's what we use in our home. This blind drives a motor, and that motor expects a certain voltage based on a number of dry cells, all operating at 1.5 volts. And when you bung a load of nickel hydride batteries in, the voltage is lower. So when the voltage even drops a little bit on those batteries, the Somfy blind stops working. So I was very excited on two grounds. Firstly, about the voltage, because this would be a 1.5 volt battery. And secondly, because it's a massive capacity, 3300. So first of all, let's just check the voltage. So I've got a little meter here. Let's put that on the positive. Some negative. You can see 1.494 volts. Great. So that's brilliant. So the voltage, it passes that test, and I was very excited. I then put these into the charging cradle that's supplied. So EBL supplies the batteries in a pack of 4. I'm only showing you one. And it gives you this cradle. So there's a Type A USB leading to 4 mini USBs. I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. But ours didn't actually work, and I'm still in the process of trying to talk to Amazon to get either a refund on these 4 or a return. That's another story. So back to the battery. So I thought, okay, I'll just plug it in to a regular micro USB power source. So here we are. Let's do that, shall we? And the old way, it's never the right way around, is it? Look how cool this is. So this battery has actually got a little LED in it, and it turns blue when it's charged. So I'm even more excited. So it turns out you don't need to use this charger. I think this is just a splitter, and you can just power it from a micro USB, and it charges really fast. So I'm even more excited. So I've got a super powerful battery. It can charge via micro USB. I get this 4-way splitter. Okay, this one didn't work, but I don't need it anyway. Everything's golden. And then I noticed the big flaw in the plan. It is the fact that this battery is not 3300 milliamp hours. It's 3300 milliwatt hours. So what does this mean? It means firstly that I can't read, but secondly it means that this is not a very powerful battery, because volts times amps equals watts, obviously. So actually you've got to take 3300 divide by 1.5 and you get 2200. So this is actually a 2200 milliamp hour battery, and the class leading battery you can get from EBL, for example, the EBL nickel hydride is 2800 milliamp hour. So what we're actually saying is that you can go and buy at less than half the cost of this battery a nickel hydride 2800 milliamp battery, or you can buy this guy, which is advertised as 3300 milliwatt hours, but when you translate that to actually what it means, it's actually only 2200 milliamp hours. So, but on the plus side, the cool factors are 1.5 volt output, and it's got this ability to charge the battery directly from micro USB. And if this dongle would have worked, then you could charge 4 batteries at once, which would be quite cool. So overall, I'm gutted. Firstly, I'm gutted that I couldn't read the Amazon advert, which clearly stated 3300 watt hours. But I don't think I'm alone in this. I've seen at least one other YouTube video where somebody else made exactly the same mistake. But I'm really gutted, just gutted. I mean, I think that the lithium-ion technology is the way to go. Lithium-ion, don't forget, is a 3.6 volt, 3.7 volt native technology. So what they've got in here is some electronics to step down the voltage. And I suspect that if they cram a bit more battery material in here, they can get way past 3300 milliwatt hours. And let's say they can get up to this regular figure. So if they had this regular figure with the micro USB charging facility, it would be a fantastic product. Also, if they would sell the product without this and perhaps reduce the cost a little, again, that would be another consideration for it to be worth buying. So I have rambled on a bit here, but I am absolutely gutted. It's a technology, I think, let's wait for the future. There are already 2 or 3 other lithium-ion AA suppliers around. Let's wait till the technology matures a little bit and stick with nickel hydride for now. Of course, if you really need the 1.5 volts rechargeable, then this is still a way to go, but I think the technology is going to improve, so I would hold off and just stick with just non-rechargeable cells for the moment. Okay, Darry, thanks for watching.